Workman's relief for whatever the job throws at you, like THC products derived from legal hemp to help you relax after a long day or just chill over the weekend. No need to drive out of state to get your THC products. Order yours at workmansrelief.com.
This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
What do you consider late?
Sean Connery! Oh, sorry. I thought we were playing some other trivia game. What's the question again?
What do you consider being late?
Like for the CD stop today?
Sure.
Oh man. I'm a bit of a stickler on getting places early. I'm gonna say 5 minutes.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I thought Pink Floyd had a song called Time, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't find it. 5 minutes. Okay, what about like you're going out to meet friends and they're late? What is that? How late do they have to be for you to consider them late?
Oh, that's a good. Well, see, I could have slacked. Like for having beer or dinner or something like that.
Yeah,
that doesn't bother me as much. 15 minutes.
Okay.
Is generally acceptable.
Okay.
I always assume everybody's going to be late.
Yeah.
Most people are for it, whatever, out.
Okay.
And that's totally cool. It's so casual. It's not a worry in the world.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm laid back. My friends run they run late quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't care.
And I don't mind.
Unless you owe me money or something.
I've come to expect it. You
yeah,
know?
Exactly.
So so now I kind of adjust. So like if I want them to be there at 3:30, I tell them 3.
This is a Pink Floyd twofer. By the way, it's two for Thursday.
Thank you. So that way, if I tell them 3, I know they'll get there at 3:25, and then they're early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
It's a little adjusting.
Yeah, it's just dinner, not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I guess. But now, I remember we used to, so we go on these bike rides, and D-Fresh was the worst. He is the most tardy, not like, but I mean like late.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But so when we used to go on these bike rides, and it's like, all right, I tell him, like on a Saturday, we're going to go on this all-day Saturday ride. I'd be like, okay, we're going to leave at noon. Mm-hmm. Nice day, you want to get some miles on. So I would tell him 10, and it would still be noon.
Oh, no.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. No concept of time, and he's just not a care in the world.
Yeah.
Just doesn't care. But he's got the farm and he's got all kinds of stuff going on. So I just
right, because it's usually like one thing after the other.
One thing after another to get going. I understand it, but I would always do that to him. I'd give him like an hour earlier, and then I plan on leaving at noon.
Yeah, that's good. Right, you've adjusted.
Right, I'm manipulating my friends.
Wow.
But it works out good.
All right. According to a survey, almost half of Gen Zers between ages 16 and 26 believe that being between 5 and 10 minutes late is essentially the same as being on time. And I agree. I agree. And I don't know if that makes me an asshole or what. But I had an appointment show up and they were 4 minutes late and they wouldn't quit apologizing for being late. I'm like, you're not late until you're 20 minutes late.
Yeah. You're bleeding into the next appointment.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the problem.
And whatever. It's just stop apologizing.
Yeah. Job interview, you want to be on time.
Right. Job interview, you want to be early.
A couple of things you want to be early.
You want to be early. And then you slowly, you show up to the job interview early, your first day early.
Yeah.
And then you slowly start getting where you're more and more on time, and then you increase your lateness. And then next thing you know, a month in, then you can be 10 minutes late. You have to slowly introduce them to your tardiness.
Exactly. That's how Doug is, and I love him, and I accept him for it. It's his problem, and I just live in his world. And if I want to hang out with him, I have to accept it. That's the way it goes.
It's
and I don't care. I used to care. I don't care that much anymore.
I tend to be early to things. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to get pissy with people for being late. I'm just not. The importance of punctuality increases as you get older, I guess. I don't know if it's because you become sick of people thinking their time is more important than yours, or if it's because you're closer to death. 40% of millennials said they're forgiving of colleagues running 10 minutes late. I guess that's my category. I'm an elder millennial. I'm an elder millennial. Just 26% of Gen Xers are okay with being 10 minutes late. 70% of boomers say they have zero tolerance for any lateness, but they are very grouchy about many
Yeah,
things.
I was going to say it also depends on your boss, his style, his ethic, and all that crap.
Yeah.
I had a guy I used to work at Z104. He was the guy that didn't like the way I said things, and he also said I had to be in the studio 5 minutes early.
Is that the guy that said you would never be employee of the month?
No, that was a different guy. There's a bevy of people that thought I would never amount to much, and they were right, of course. No, it's the one where I was playing rock songs out of format.
Yeah.
I was playing Last Crack on a top 40 format, and I was told that I was getting my employee of the month parking lot rescinded. Space rescinded. So dumb. God. So it made me play it more.
Yeah.
So
right. Exactly.
Poke the bear.
100%.
What else was I going to say? No, let's say you're driving to O'Hare.
Right.
I always factor traffic in if I'm going to get in an airplane. I always factor traffic in. Tolls, accident, flat tire, blah, blah, blah. I got to pee.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So I always leave. I try to get to O'Hare 3 hours early.
Traveling, I would like to be very early.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hate that rushed feeling when traveling.
Right.
I don't want to be anxious, worrying that I'm going to miss a flight
Yep.
or miss anything.
Yep.
I want to be relaxed.
You got long lines
and
at check-in.
comfortable. Right.
Yep, right.
I don't want to be worrying about any of that.
Well, and I'd like to get to the bar and have a few cocktails.
Right.
So we got that going.
But anything else?
To me, it's just more relaxing, and I enjoy myself when I'm 3 hours early. I could
100%.
care less. I'm going somewhere for a week. What's another hour?
Right.
I just want to be there.
Right.
I don't want to miss my plane.
But I'm not going to crucify anybody else.
No.
I'm like, you do your thing, man.
Do your thing, dude.
I like being a little early.
Mm-hmm.
If you like being late, you do you. But, yeah. I'm surrounded by people that like to be late.
If you're in
that's okay.
If you're in the military, I guess that's a different animal.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works out at Truax. You got to show up for your shift on time.
I think so.
It's got to fuel up the F-35. You got to be there on time.
Yeah, I think you got to be. I think you got to be relatively early with military. I think military stuff is being
right.
if you're on time, you're late. I think.
I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. I know my
so
child.
You're either like compulsively punctual, or you don't have anything pressing you to change your habits.
As for this survey, is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, because you're talking about a younger generation being a little more lax on time.
Yeah,
which I totally understand.
And this is mostly aimed at work.
How do you feel about people here? I feel like everybody here is 10 to 15 minutes late for everything.
I feel like COVID
sure
changed all of this.
100%. 110,000%.
I feel like COVID made people realize that work is not the most important thing on the planet.
Look, if we're late, we piss off 3 listeners.
Yeah.
If you're an airline flight attendant, you piss off hundreds and hundreds of people. It's a different animal.
So Avery has an interview today at 1.
Really?
Yeah. It's his 4th interview.
No kidding.
Yeah. But I'm worried. I'm like, please be early for this goddamn interview, please. And the child was up playing video games when I left for work this morning, and I was like, oh.
He should do the Step Brothers interview where he interviews the employer. How much money do you make? And if I want to wear a tuxedo to a job interview, it's fine. Did you just fart? Because I can taste it. And that makes the tuxedo a little weird. Oh, it's one of the greatest scenes ever.
Yeah.
Cool. Is he excited?
Well, it's his 4th interview.
You feel good? Oh, at the same place?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, what was he's going to be a CEO of Exact Science?
No. So we'll see.
It's his 4th interview at McDonald's. It's heavy vetting process. No. So what's he? What field is he going into?
Tacos.
Oh yeah.
I know. I was like, hey, what's your discount? At
You
Taco
got
Bell?
that right, Daddy.
It's like I know you ain't gonna eat your shift meal, but I will.
Oh my gosh. So he'll have to change his he'll have to go from Swiss time. He'll have to switch over to Swiss time from what do you call it? Mexico time. I don't know. Laid back time.
Siesta.
Yeah,
look at La Movida rolls in here.
Oh, dude. Are you kidding me? They come in here at 7 o'clock.
Dude, I know.
And I asked Randy the other day, I go, dude, how about we lop an hour off our air shift?
He goes, what do you think you are, La Movida?
He doesn't Randy does no expressionless, turns around, walks out of the room, end of the meeting.
People, relax.
What a complete waste
We are killing it online. Have you guys checked the comments?
of cyberspace.
Smoke That Skin Wagon says, you guys are killing
The
it.
JJO Morning Show Podcast.
We're internet sensations.
Workman's relief for whatever the job throws at you, like THC products derived from legal hemp. These are legit delicious. Free shipping with products over $75. Order yours at workmansrelief.com for whatever the job throws at you.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
A lot happening today. It is, first of all, National Bingo Day.
Hi, what can I do for you? You gotta ask yourself one question.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Do I feel lucky?
Say what?
Well, do you, punk?
It is your lucky day because today is National Bingo Day.
Bingo.
Bingo what bingo?
Celebrate National Bingo Day by finding a local bingo hall for a day of gaming.
Happy National Bingo Day.
Showtime!
I like me some bingo. I've been trying to find a time that us and the local Jeffco Lesbos can get out to Potawatomi for the Night Owl Bingo. It just hasn't panned out. But, do you play bingo?
What do you yell? Carpet munch?
No, you just yell bingo.
Hey, well, what's the cheapest buy-in you can get on a bingo card? I have not played bingo in so long. $1, $5, $10?
Well, I played. We did drag bingo not long ago, and I think it was $15.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even play a hand of blackjack for under $10 these days.
Yeah,
Everything went up.
it was for charity though.
That's cool.
It's National Handshake Day too.
We're going to celebrate one of the oldest ways to greet someone.
A handshake, a friendly handshake.
Today is National Handshake Day.
Give me some skin. Give me some skin.
Give me some skin.
You do the firm handshake.
Strong handshake.
It can make or break a business deal.
It is National Handshake Day.
Personalized handshakes.
Grab a little hand sanitizer and do some shaking.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Put it there, pal.
Showtime!
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember COVID when you couldn't shake hands?
I do remember COVID.
And we were doing like the stupidest things, like elbow bop.
I was watching the...
You remember that?
Yeah, the elbow.
Dude,
Trying to forget it.
I mean, it's so stupid.
It's so dumb. What do you need? Why? I don't know why. I remember the first thing that popped in my head was Mike Pence somewhere in an event in Wisconsin elbowing everybody. Like it's so dumb.
Everything was so dumb.
What you don't have to do anything, dude. It's so why do you need to touch somebody? It's so weird. I don't know. Anyways, part of the programming, deprogramming or deprogramming of the country, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Now I was watching the NBA draft last night. Some of those guys have the coolest handshake routines.
Yeah.
And I couldn't repeat one if I had. It would take me a month to get it all down.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I wish we had one.
We can make one up. We're gonna forget it though.
I know. I mean, it's easier just to steal somebody's handshake routine. It's cool. Is there a name for those? The routine? Because everybody, it's becoming.
Don't say routine.
It's like becoming its own entertainment value. These handshake routines are so cool.
I think it's just a handshake.
And I don't know if it's the whole team. I guess the team does like their own team handshake.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I don't know if I can remember that many moves.
They call it a routine. That sounds like
like banking.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Right. Right. It's cool though.
Yeah.
Wish I could do one.
Handshaking.
They're getting very.
The last time I shook a hand.
But they're getting very complicated. They're getting very complex, these handshake routines, which I guess is the idea. But the one I saw last night, I can't remember who it was, but it went on for like 30 seconds.
So long, extended it so much.
But I didn't want it to end. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah. I'd be nervous I was going to screw it up the whole time.
Right. No. And how much practice do they put into those?
A lot.
Oh, my God.
Sounds like they have a lot of free time.
Yeah. On the bus, the plane, whatever, going to the next game.
Like, I think about that. Like, as a kid, I used to practice stupid stuff like that all the time.
There's got to be somebody in charge on the team of coming up with the team handshake.
Well, if it's anything like when we used to come up with dance routines.
Yeah.
Like, people be like, okay, what should we do next? And then everybody would throw it. Okay.
I just Googled.
What'd you Google?
How and when do players in the NBA create their own handshakes?
Okay.
Do they reach a certain level of friendship? One teammate says, hey, we should have a handshake. And then what? How do they then go about creating the handshake? And then once they have it, how much do you think they practice it? Like, do they stay late after practice and work on their handshake?
You know what? This is things that white people Google. These are white people Googles.
There's a secret bunker somewhere they're working on their handshake. There's no way you're not practicing that.
You have to practice.
Oh, my God. You can't do that in front of the world and not have that down cold.
It's not like people are just born with an inherent ability to read other people's minds as to what the next stage of the handshake is.
It reminds me of who was the movie that dude went around teaching the cheerleading team the routines, but then he was going around teaching the same team the same routine. Kristen Dunst or whatever her name was.
The Step Up or whatever.
She was the head cheerleader.
I don't know.
And he was going around teaching everybody the same routine. Wonder if that happens with handshakes.
Right. It's a scam. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that was the movie where they had magic fingers.
Spirit.
They're spirit fingers.
How dare you?
These are spirit fingers. I'd say I haven't seen spirit fingers in
Bring It On.
In a handshake. Yeah, Bring It On. It's a great movie.
There you go.
Man, I can't believe I just admitted that on the radio, but that's a great movie.
You've done it before.
I have?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, it is also National Sunglasses Day.
Today is National Sunglasses Day.
Only dipwads like Jack Nicholson and the entire rap community wear sunglasses inside.
Sunglasses, National Sunglasses Day.
I have just started wearing women's sunglasses.
I wear my sunglasses and get yourself some cheap sunglasses.
Either put on these glasses or start eating that trash can.
Sunglasses on, baby.
In my pink sunglasses.
Where'd you get those glasses?
I gotta wear shades.
My sunglasses make me look oh so good.
And we're wearing sunglasses.
Do you have a preference for what kinds of sunglasses you wear?
I just bought 5 pair on Amazon for $20.
Oh.
Because I lose them.
Yeah.
They're these right here. Check these out. This is a good. I got 5 of those for $20.
Oh yeah, totally. Those are old school classic.
Is that badass? They're kind of like old '60s Ray-Bans or something. But and the lenses don't wear off.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I'll lose them all. But
I lost my Ray-Bans.
So did I. I had a great pair of driver Ray-Bans. And this is really weird. I found a pair of Ray-Bans at the golf course in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And then I wore them to the .10K, and I lost them.
I found my Ray-Bans too, because I would never buy a pair of Ray-Bans.
Although they might not have been Ray-Bans, but anyways.
And then I lost them. And that's how the Ray-Ban cycle goes.
Yeah,
kid.
You just pay it forward.
You just pay it forward.
It's weird, man. You gotta wear your sunglasses according to the event, how drunk the event's gonna get.
Yeah. I just bought a pair of aviators.
I don't take them on vacation.
I've been taking pretty good care of those.
That's cool.
I have like 3 pairs of rainbow sunglasses. I got a couple of them at Goodwill for like $1 or $2 because I lose sunglasses. Or like if you wear them out to the barn, kiss them goodbye.
Yep.
Whatever.
But you would stay in that $15 to $20 range.
Oh, less than that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But my aviators were probably $15, but I've been taking real good care of them.
I had a pair of Maui Joes or Jims or whoever they were. I had those for years. Those are my favorites. God, they were comfortable.
Good
I loved them.
Maui Jim.
I think it was Maui Jim. You were smoking it, and I was wearing it.
Yeah, man.
Really
How about that?
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Sorry.
You know, with the handshake thing, me and my daughter have been doing it since she was like 7 years old. We're going to do it at her wedding as I walk her up.
Excellent.
We just add little things here and there, and not like we've ever forgotten. I couldn't remember how to do it without her.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes so natural when we do it, but we haven't added anything in the last probably 5 years, but
yeah, you can watch if you want to see a whole bunch of them together. I guess there's probably a collection of great handshakes, but routines.
Probably I'd say 20 seconds.
Watch the draft, man. They got it down cold. It's so cool. Yours is 20 seconds?
Yeah.
That's badass.
I love that you're going to do it at our wedding. That's fantastic. That's so cool.
Yeah, you know, it's a little unique, but.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing.
Yep.
I see that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
I'm wearing your Ray-Bans right now, boy.
You son of a bitch!
We were doing the punching bag machine at Whiskey Jack's, and they went flying off, and I have no idea where they went. I'm sure somebody saw them, picked them up immediately. By that corner there in Whiskey Jack's when you're walking off to the right?
It's just how it goes. We got ours for free. Someone else.
Yeah.
Gets them for free. It's just it's cyclical, man. It's cyclical. Okay, here we go. We're moving on. Missouri woman named Michelle Y. Peters is accused of attempting to poison her husband by spiking his Mountain Dew with a Roundup.
God.
Yeah. Now, women are often poisoners, by the way. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Because it is a more removed form of murder.
Oh.
You know? Like you're not directly involved. You're not right there, super close.
It's a less way of getting caught. I would think that's for sure. You can just open it, close it back up, put it back in.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's the factor at all. If that's why, but it's as far as I've learned from all of my true crime podcasts.
No, you're just. My point being, women are prone to be less violent, like like over the head with a hammer.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Here's Jackie Sproat.
Oh, geez.
She owns a business next to the accused. And then we have County Sheriff David Millsap, unknown if he's related to Ronnie, talking about the crime.
Wow. That's all I can say. I just recently found out that she was working next door to me, but that doesn't make a difference.
Is there more to the story? Yes, there is. And all that comes out in court.
I just hope things work out the way it's supposed to through the judicial system.
Man, we got to be careful. Like somebody's going to be listening going, dudes, Roundup in Mountain Dew get you super high. We got to be careful about this. No, it does not.
It does not. But Roundup is the devil. That's another conversation. She's 47. She faces charges of first-degree domestic assault and armed criminal action. Yeah.
Roundup's having a bad decade.
Well, good.
Yeah. You know what? Messing with Mountain Dew's like messing with the pizza delivery guy. See, there's some things that are off effing limits.
Especially in Missouri.
Thank you.
Jeez Louise. She added the Roundup to her husband's Mountain Dew on several occasions. This is what women be doing. They do it slowly.
Can't we can't have anything nice. A cold Mountain Dew.
They say she also spiked the drink with an insecticide.
Hey.
Yeah. He began to suspect something was wrong with his drink after he fell ill. Very good, Columbo. The victim provided surveillance video to investigators that indicated Peters was tampering with the Mountain Dew in the garage refrigerator. because we're in the Midwest, and that's what we have, garage refrigerators. The victim told authorities he was the only one in the home who drank Mountain Dew kept in that refrigerator. Well, Sheriff Millsap said that while it's uncommon, domestic violence against men does happen. Thank you, Sheriff. And very brilliant down there.
Did you ever jump in on that Roundup civil suit?
No.
That was multiple billions of dollars.
Yeah, I
thought you would have been all over that.
Well, I think that our state was not involved in that.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was a different chemical. I don't know.
No, it was definitely Roundup.
Because I have some Roundup at home.
You know what? I look back now, all the chemicals that were on the farm and whatnot, and man, our parents were not very good at protecting us from any of that. Anyway, moving on, add it to the list. In domestic situations, we know that 85% of domestic assault victims are females, not males, but it's underreported, usually with males, when it comes to domestic assault. Sure. Sheriff Millsap says that this bitch finally admitted to putting the weed killer in her husband's drink and says she was mad because he did not appreciate the 50th birthday party that she threw for him.
Wow. Neat.
That ungrateful son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So let this be a lesson to all of you out there. Learn to say thank you a little bit more, and you can avoid a little bit of Roundup in your Mountain Dew.
It's incredible. It's just... Ay.
So this proves she didn't throw the party for him at all.
Right. Do you have a picture of her?
Oh, yeah.
You say Florida?
Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. Yeah, wow. Yeah, she's got an evil. Maybe it's the eye liner. Yeah, she looks.
Yeah, you're too old for that eyeliner, lady.
Right.
But man, them brows are on point. Them brows are on point.
She wants.
Dude. She got microbladed.
Yep. Plastic surgery, looking for a younger man.
But if you're looking for brows like hers, check out Beach House Lashes in Sun Prairie, 768 Lowest Drive, beachhouselashes.com. Book your appointment today.
Let's see. How long did it take Roundup to kill you? Hang on a minute.
Well, I assume it would depend on how much you put in there.
Yeah.
He did not appreciate his 50th birthday party that she threw for him.
Of all
the things.
Of all the... We got bigger fish to fry, lady. Just go to Hooters and have a party. What the hell?
He probably didn't even want a party.
How long is it? Well, we can start with how long it takes to kill the weeds.
Well, I would assume it depends on how much she's putting in there.
That's what it is. Glyphosate, non-selective herbicide that kills most plants it comes in contact with. That would seem like kind of a slow killer, though. Yeah, how long was she doing it?
It was a while.
Yeah. You think that would not be as quick as you'd like it to be? How much Roundup does it take to kill a plant? Depends on the weed. Per acre and dilution. All right. I'm getting into the weeds here. Glyphosate. Technical fact sheet. Oof. That's the big one. That was the problem in the lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
The glyphosate or whatever it's called.
Yeah, well, that one dude, wasn't he like a groundskeeper and he had like a hole in his friggin' thumb or some crap?
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. It'll stay in soil for weed killer in soil ranges from 3 to 249 days. It's possible that Roundup can stay active in the soil for over a year. How'd you like that? Eating your kidneys away.
Yeah, I wouldn't. How about
Roundup contains several toxic chemicals, including glyphosate, which kills weeds when sprayed directly onto the leaves. Then it moves into the sap of the weed. Oh, yeah. Ugh. Well, what else is new?
I don't know. Well, maybe he should have said thanks a little more, and maybe she should have made sure he wanted a party.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody wants a party, man. I don't know.
Well, it keeps you from getting your hands dirty. I mean,
bitches like to poison, man.
Mm-hmm.
How do they think they're going to get away with it? Like, they're going to run a tax report, and I don't know. God, don't you worry about someone else grabbing a Mountain Dew out of there?
Yep.
Like, what if a friend comes over?
Yep.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, kids get in there. I mean, kids been bottle fed on Mountain Dew their whole lives.
Yeah, you never know.
Yep. I wonder if it ever goes, if you use Mountain Dew for good, like you put birth control or something in it, you know? Can you get multi-use?
Eugenics over here. What's happening?
You got to start with the main. Yeah.
All right, Alex Jones, calm down.
Yeah. Bioengineering humans over here. So weird. Man, oh man, you just can't, no matter what, you can't trust anybody. You just never, you don't know anything about anybody. It's incredible.
And like, I wonder if when the dude found out why she was doing it, if he was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, it was over a birthday party. Unreal.
You can't even trust your wife. I mean, it's just sick. Maybe he had a big life insurance policy, too. Who knows?
Yeah. Right. Who knows what else?
Maybe he was beating her. Who knows? I mean, I don't know, man. Just.
There's got to be.
Knock it off with the Mountain Dew, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Why?
I have a friend of mine, and all he drinks is Mountain Dew. Although on them real hot days, I was like, bro, tell me you're drinking some water.
Gut full of Mountain Dew.
Because he works outside and stuff. I was like,
I'll tell you, I don't drink it enough. I don't enjoy it. I could drink it every day. But, man, some days on a hot day, man, it is perfect.
Yeah.
I can just put one of those right down.
But if you're doing work outside, you're doing field work and stuff, you got to mix it up with some water.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I was like, I rolled up on one of them 100-degree days. I was like, do you hear that? And he's like, what? I go, it's your kidneys. I can hear him screaming. I'm like, go over to that hose, fill up that bottle with some water, buddy.
Yeah. Well, Ozark's gonna Ozark, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
We thought uploading to the cloud was something completely different. The JJO Morning Show Podcast. Johnny and D, JJO.
Hi. All right, here we go. Justice has a long arm, and the Vermont State Police just got the finger. In February 2018, Gregory Bombard was illegally pulled over, arrested, and locked up for nothing more than swearing and giving a state trooper the bird.
Oh, yeah.
With the help of the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression and ACLU of Vermont, Bombard sued the Vermont State Police and Trooper Jay Riggin for violating his First Amendment right.
The bird.
Yeah. The defendants have agreed to a settlement that awards Bombard $100,000 in damages and another $75,000 in attorney fees. With this settlement, I hope the Vermont State Police will train its troopers to avoid silencing criticism or making baseless car stops, he said. And at least now I can pay my criminal attorney for defending me from the bogus charges and take my 88-year-old mother out for a nice dinner. Bombard was stopped by Riggin after the trooper thought he had given him the middle finger. Riggin was mistaken, but it would have been an illegal stop anyway.
Yeah.
The First Amendment protects the right to engage in offensive speech directed at government officials, including profanity and, yes, the middle finger.
Oh, yeah.
The police dash cam video shows Bombard even reminded Riggin of his constitutional obligations. If someone flipped you off, what is the citation? What's the crime, he asked, later adding, that would be considered freedom of expression. As Riggin pulled away, Bombard really did give him the finger and cursed at him. A visibly angry Riggin immediately pulled Bombard over a second time, handcuffed him, and arrested him for disorderly conduct. He was taken down to the station, locked in a cell, had his fingerprints and mugshot taken, and then photos of him were distributed to local media outlets. Cursing at cops isn't a crime. Calling it disorderly conduct isn't a get-out-of-the-Constitution free card that allows police to silence speech they don't like. Adding salt to the wound, Riggin had Bombard's car towed for being in front of a no parking sign, even though Bombard had only pulled over at Riggin's command.
How can I make this 10 times worse?
Yep, 100%. In 2021, Bombard filed a lawsuit against Riggin and the state of Vermont for violating his First Amendment rights. During the suit, the ACLU of Vermont learned that Vermont State Police did not have a general First Amendment policy or training for its officers. And this is one of the big things, is sometimes these cops don't even know the policies.
Yeah.
We ran into that at the Culvers with the open carry folks. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Up in Sauk, they had the long guns, right? Or pistols or whatever they had.
Yeah.
What they had.
Yep. Ignorant, and the cops got called, and the cops didn't know that it was legal for them to do that.
Correct.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse for arresting citizens for nothing more than exercising their rights. Can I get a hell yeah? We wouldn't tolerate police officers who don't understand traffic laws or parking laws, while the Constitution is the highest law in the land, and it doesn't allow cops to punish speech they don't like.
Hey, if you're a police officer, just flip the guy back and keep on trucking, man.
Wow.
It's your right, too. Reflip, dude.
The Vermont State Police issued Bombard that citation for disorderly conduct. They blamed him for the phone calls that were made to the local sheriff at his home on Christmas Day. Blah, 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 blah. Part of the settlement, Bombard agreed not to sue in the future over additional free speech violations. Yeah, there you go.
There's so many YouTube videos of people out there that do know their rights and policemen that don't. Or the ego gets involved, or the anger, or the short fuse, whatever it is, call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
A lot of cops don't like to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I mean, should you go around flipping off a cop? It's not in great taste. I mean, you know, whatever your point is. But you're good to go.
Right.
I mean, I try to be nice.
I wouldn't do it because I
wouldn't do it because I don't want the hassle, potential hassle.
I value my time.
Right, exactly.
And I just would like the interaction to be done as soon as possible.
I'm shocked a cop can be that dense to know that that's not First Amendment. That's incredible to me. I mean, that just seems like basics.
But they don't have that training. You know, and they can, let's all be honest here. They can pull you over for anything they want.
Sure.
They can make up whatever they want.
Yeah.
They just need a way to wedge their way in there, you know, and then continue to violate your civil rights. That's the way it goes.
You'd think they'd have, well, I guess it wouldn't have an insurance policy for something like that. Would the union cover that? The police union cover something like that? Or is that taxpayer? Probably taxpayer. That's not coming out of his pocket.
Suing the dude?
Yeah. The flipper.
Well, him personally, yeah, I don't know if he's going to have to pay personally. I would think it's got to be the union covering it, right? I don't know.
How do I pay off my motorcycle?
Yeah.
I think I'll just pull over to the side of the road and start flipping off squad cars.
It is wild, isn't it? But just that disorderly conduct, you can pretty much put, that's a big umbrella.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
your God-given right to flip somebody off.
Man, what a great.
It's wonderful.
What a great country.
But you know, why bother? I mean,
that's what I go back to.
Save it for some 17-year-old and some, you know.
Well, what I love about it is the fella is not what you think he would look like.
Oh, really? Does he look like our dad?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That looks like Dan the Mortgage Man. That does not look like the flipper mad crazy guy.
No.
That's surprising.
It's 100% surprising.
Oh, wow.
He looks like...
He just finally reached the end of his patience, and that was it. You know? All right.
Whatever you envision this man looking like, it's the exact opposite.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I'm glad. I'm glad this is what he looks like, oddly enough, because there's just a certain stereotype associated with people that do that, right?
Yeah, I was expecting, who was I expecting? Some guy, what was I expecting?
I was expecting either like a long-haired hippie guy.
Younger, definitely younger.
Right, yeah.
Or somebody on a motorcycle or somebody in a little, crotch rocket car or whatever.
Right, or like I don't know.
I was expecting a 20-year-old.
Right. But that dude looks like I don't know. The squarest of squares. So, well, good for him. That was a long time. Since 2018.
Mm-hmm. Probably trying to wait him out until it went away.
I like this. Justice has a long arm, and the Vermont State Police just got the finger. It's fantastic.
I just wanted you to know you were number one, officer. Just reflip him.
Well, it's weird.
It's your right, too. He still probably would have filed a complaint.
Like, for the cop to pull him over, first of all, because he thought he was getting flipped off is like, come on, is that the...
It's weird how a normal person has to wait and go through that many hoops to get something like that settled. But yet, some of the upper echelon political people can go right to the Supreme Court the next day.
Wow.
And get something, I don't know. It's really strange. But I guess there's a reason for that, too.
It's almost like rich people have more rights than we do.
It's like there's two separate set of rules for people.
It's almost like that, isn't it?
The JJO Morning Show Podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D. Nowhere but JJO.